Hey guys, it's Brandon here for CBM Reviews. Now, I was on YouTube the other day and I saw my brother posted a top 20 comic book movies. And I thought, this should be interesting. So I started watching his list. Some movies I thought didn't deserve to be on there. Others I was like, yeah, I guess that's a pretty good placement. But then I got to his number 16 and I'm thinking, what is he thinking? Why is that movie so low on the list? And at that moment, I thought, I'll just make a top 20 of my own because I think my picks are going to be a lot better than his. Now, with that being said, he is almost 10 years older than me, so it could be a whole generational thing. Also, this is all subjective. Of course, he's going to have his favorites, I'll have my favorites, and you'll have your favorites. So if you don't agree with either of our lists, go ahead and leave a comment in the section below. Tell us what you think, your thoughts and everything. All right, without further ado, here's Brandon's top 20 comic book movies. Number 20, Man of Steel. Now, I know this movie gets a lot of gripe because of the big scene in Metropolis, but for this to be one of the first movies in the DCEU, it was actually a pretty good movie. It was actually a pretty good Superman movie. Henry Cavill did a wonderful job portraying Superman. I didn't have any gripes between, his character and General Zod's character. I mean, when you have somebody just as powerful as Superman, things really get intense. And I saw that intensity, with both the Smallville battle and the Metropolis battle. Sure, Superman is not one to create a lot of destruction, and also Superman is not one to kill. Now, I will say when I first saw that, I was like, man, that's a really powerful thing to, really bold move for Zack Snyder to do, for Superman to actually kill his villain. But I really like the emotional portrayal after that, where he really felt the pain of taking a life. I really like that aspect of the film. But I'd say overall, this was a really good film. Like I said, that Smallville scene, the Smallville fight scene, was excellently choreographed, and I thought it was actually pretty decent. It's actually one of the better movies in the DCEU at this point in time, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, for right now, I'm going to say Man of Steel is number 20. Number 19, Batman Returns. Out of all the Batman live action films, I'm going to say this one is the second best film. So you can expect to see at least one more live action Batman film on this list, higher on this list. But Batman Returns is one of the few times a superhero film has had more than one villain and has been successful. Danny DeVito's portrayal of the Penguin was perfection, in my opinion. And Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, just oh so nice. Oh so nice. Not only with how sexy she was in that leather suit, but just her acting, and oh man, even the cat puns worked so well in this film. Michael Keaton's Batman, you saw a different type of emotional portrayal from the first Batman, which I really enjoyed in this. And, for being one of the early 90s superhero films, it actually stands up pretty well in today's time. So I think it's a wonderful, great film. So number 19, I'm going to say, is Batman Returns. Number 18, Spider-Man. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy was doing really well up until Spider-Man 3. I just wish the creative directors, the writers, and the director could have all agreed on one villain, one story. Everybody wanted to do their own thing, and that's where it sunk. But the first Spider-Man film almost set the standard for superhero films to come today. It was really well. Tobey Maguire played an excellent Peter Parker. I'm not going to say an excellent Spider-Man, but an excellent Peter Parker. Willem Dafoe's portrayal of Norman Osborn was that type of scary that we've wanted from Norman Osborn when we saw him in the comics or even the animated series. It's just Willem Dafoe just brought it to a whole new level. And we were like, yes, that is the Green Goblin. The fight choreography was excellent, excellent writing, excellent storytelling, a wonderful film all around. I remember being in theaters watching it, and I was about 10 years old at the time, and I remember that scene in the broken down warehouse where Spider-Man and the Green Goblin are having their final scene. I remember my mom turning to me and was just like, "Do you need to cover your eyes?" And I was like, "You're trying to get me to cover my eyes on the best part, like one of the best parts of the film, the ultimate climax." I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't shut my eyes and miss that. But I'm going to say, number 18 is the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Number 17, Iron Man. Now, you might be thinking, "Brandon, are you crazy? Iron Man was one of the better films of the MCU, one of the best films, set the stage for the MCU." And I'm like, I'm not going to discredit for Iron Man what it is. It's just, I think, as far as progression in the MCU, it's progressed so much to where Iron Man has kind of taken a back seat to a lot of these other MCU movies and a lot of just superhero movies in general that have come since Iron Man. Now, Robert Downey Jr. plays like a perfect portrayal of Tony Stark. It's like whenever he hit the screen, we were like, yes, that is Tony Stark. And I just thought it was an excellent origin story, to be honest. Like one of the better origin stories that we got in any type of superhero film. I really enjoy Iron Man. I feel like some of the action set pieces, it's not a lot of action in the movie when you really go back and watch it and think about it. About half the movie is just him making the armor, which, it has a lot of funny gags to it, a lot of funny moments to it. But when you go to a superhero film, you expect to see a certain amount of action that happens within the film. Hands down, a really great film, excellent. So happy that this film started the MCU. Not going to discredit this film in any way. Really enjoyed it. Number 16, Ant-Man. Okay, now I know what you're probably thinking now. Really, Brandon? Ant-Man over Iron Man? But hear me out. One of the best things that I really like about Ant-Man is because it is a heist film disguised as a superhero film. I love it when films go in and they transcend what you expect them to be. It's almost like on paper it's not supposed to work, but somehow they made it work. And I think one reason that made this film work was Paul Rudd as Scott Lang. Film is humorous throughout. I would stand out as Michael Pena as Luis. I wish I could tell stories as well as he does. I feel like this film had comedy where it was needed, and it pulled back when it didn't. And it just, when you have like fight scenes on such a miniature scale, it's really funny. This film came after Avengers Age of Ultron, where the whole world was at risk and they're trying to stop like a whole country from dropping on the planet. And then you go from that to, this guy wants my suit and I want to make sure he doesn't get the rights to it or the technology for it. And it's like you got the Avengers fighting in a whole city, and then you have Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket fighting inside a bedroom. And what's funny is when you scale it down, the bedroom is just as large as that city. So it's really, really entertaining. It's really great, and in my opinion, a really fun film. And number 16 on this list. So that's my 20 through 16. We'll see what my brother has planned for his 15 through 11. I have mine. He has his. We'll see if we merge any, but looking at the differences between our 20 through 16, I'm going to say anything goes at this point. So I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Tell me what you thought about this video. Tell me if you thought that Ant-Man does not deserve to be above Iron Man, or, if, I like Cameron's list better, because usually people like his stuff better than mine. I don't know, but people like me more than him. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Wasn't my idea.